What's up, everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Grace Raven. I swear to God. Anyways, guys, so really cool stuff here going on. I'm actually trying out the Flame Blossom set, and I know a lot of people don't like it. For the Magic of DK, I completely love this fucking set's proc. I'm not gonna lie. So this is what I kind of did. I think in reverse ways here. And let me get into this and let's go over this. Because there are still people calling shit BIS. They don't know how to build. I'm just going to tell you, they've been doing it for years and they still don't know how to fucking build a character. That's their fucking problems because they're fucking morons. But let's get into this. Okay, let's look at Flame Blossom here. It adds Max Magicka. It adds 129 spell damage. It adds 1,487 spell penetration. Now, that's where a lot of people kind of have the problem here, right? Because they really don't know how to determining penetrating, factors. Now, for me, this is kind of a little low because they switch it. It's one of the first introductions that we see a penetration added to a fourth, anything under a 5 set, like spinners. So, but we are already aware that the values have been cut from 1, 2, 3, and 4 set values on penetrating values. So 1,487 kind of seems a little low, but it actually plays kind of an important role because you can offset this into your champion points depending on which Mundus you run or how you configure your build. But the nice aspect, when you deal damage, any type of damage, you have a 10% chance to summon a line of flame that moves forward, dealing 10,880 flame damage to an enemy in its path. This effect can occur every 10 seconds. Now, this is the big thing. It procs nice. Now, for me, I've actually paired this with the spinners. Why? Because it gives me the Max Magicka. It gives me Max Magicka. It gives me spell damage, and it adds my static effect of my penetrating value. So I'm good. My static effect is 3,861 for my penetrating value. With that in mind, I don't need the lover with this build, but what I'm going to be needing, because I don't running a crit set, I'm going to be using the thief. Now the thief has got nerfed, but given the fact that now ideally the way everything's looking for my character sheet, on duel, I'm still running my spell crit at 57.6, which is ideal for me. I always stay between 55 and 60 because the diminishing effects to base damage on crit value. The higher my crit value goes, my base damage will suffer due to the diminishing return. So I'm going to always stay around there because I don't want my base damage to suffer. Penetrating value is going to make a very important play, so I'm going to need to go ahead and take the thief, right? The weapon sets are pretty good. So when I'm on staff side here, right? Let me go back into character. I'm at 61.6 because I'm running a precise staff. For me, this is a little overkill. What I really kind of want to grab here is more or less, I'm going to want the charge staff. I want to apply the burning status effect. That's going to give me a boost to my passive for being the Dragon Knight. But it works really nice because I'm going to be using 1 charged and 1 precise for the swords. Now, I haven't, like I said, the test just came back up. We're limited. I can't even craft, so I'm not even running the ideal food at this point. But I wanted to play with this set. And it's fun, man. It's a blast because I also in the champion system I took into effect. I'm running 3,800. Here's the deal. Okay, when we take a look at all the penetrating values that I have with this combo, let's think about this. I'm running 4,884 in the light armor passive, right? So when I look at concentration, I'm running 4,884 spell penetration, right? That's consistent for me. Now I'm running the spinner set. Right? That's my static. That's going to give me 3,861, right? So let's round down concentration of 45. Let's push this up to 4, right? So that's 9,000 penetration on top of this penetration, which will run up to 1,500. So now I'm at 11K. Now I can go ahead and go into the champion points and put this up. This is actually a little high. But I would probably drop this down to about 3. A little over 3. And then I can increase all my base factors still for my damage. So we'll put that up there. I'll bump this up a little bit. And then I got like 2 points. I don't think I can... Yeah, that's perfect. But... So penetration's there, guys. I have my penetrating value. I have my crit value. I have all of this. So when people want to say, well, it's not dealing that much damage. Now, here's the problem with this type of build. You're going to use a proc effect. This is where the Maelstrom in the Vet DSA staffs aren't going to be able to be slotted because you want a static effect, right? So you want a 5-piece between the rotation on the set for your penetrating value. So this is one of those exceptions that you're not going to be able to get away with slotting a Maelstrom or a Vet DSA because you have a static on your 5. Because when you switch, you're going to go ahead and have a proc effect. Because I'm going to use the dot end effects to proc up the damage and get the multiplier from my burning status effect. So... For me personally, though, this set is pretty fun, especially with this new monster set. You know, it's a blast. I'm just going to stay on this bar. Okay, so I got to 25. It's a blast, man. This whole thing is just so fun. Probably actually gonna run this with a build or something. I want to try to get the proc. So that's, and I want to show this off too, as far as like, I want to show. There's the flame. It just goes fire anything in its direction. I mean, PvP, can you imagine getting chained? Like, you do the empowering chain, boom, flies you forward, and a rip of flame just goes ahead and burns right through you. It's like the Nightblade's ambush with Veladreth, except that it's a flame up in your ass. So badass, I'm telling you. People want to go ahead and tell that this is not a good set. They're fucking high. They just don't know how to build, guys. They don't know how to build. Love it. See, dot effect's going to apply it. Now, another thing I want to do is I want to go ahead... Let's see if I can get multiple targets going on and kind of get them in a line. I'd like to. There should be some cats or something around here. Oh, I know what I can do. We'll go to Belkarth. There's always multiple shit going on over there. We'll go over to Craglorn. But yeah, pretty good set. You're, you know, is it going to replace like a trial set for Vet hard mode trials? I wouldn't necessarily think that. Anything for Vet dailies, this is going to be a great set. Anything in normal trials, PvP, so many applications, so many fucking applications for PvP, so many. Just rip, motherfuckers. I'm telling you, put in spinners, and I shouldn't be telling people this, but put in spinners, put in Blossom, and fucking put in this fucking new monster set. Rip. I'm telling you, beat the fuck out of motherfuckers. You're gonna be like blowing them up with so much flame damage, and now we get a reduction in the ticks with, you know, damage over time effects like poisons and shit. Oh my god. And combustion got a nerf, but damn, I'm telling you guys, man. I'm telling you. Now look, I'm not doing anything. Somebody had posted on my shit was like, oh, well, that effect doesn't have an AoE. And I'm like, don't know about that. Now look, let's find out. This will find out. If they come up, they start taking damage. So they're not. It's a single target, so it is right. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's me. Okay. So it is a single target, looks like, on the Domahos. But the that flame, dude, I'm gonna have so much fun with that line. I like the fact that and like I was telling somebody, the radius from center to the outside is huge. From here to this, as long as I'm in, I'm getting that 200 applied spell damage. But this Blossom set for, I mean, oh my god, I've got to see something, man. I have to see it because I'm really impressed with this set. There's just so many applications. Yeah, it's the okay, so the Blossom is an AoE effect. Anything within its path is going to get hit with the Blossom. Now, the monster set looks like it's only on a single target applied. Looks like it. So, but seriously, I don't care. 200 spell damage and that radius from center to the outside edge. The diameter's huge. The radius from center to the edge is crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. Fuck. Yeah, you got me, man. I'm good on this. I'm telling you. Shit I'm gonna do. My DK needs a new setup. Hello. But yeah, penetrating value. So if you're not going to have a lot of penetration, the Lover is going to be kind of the way to go. But if your penetration's values are there, of definitely the Thief. If you can somehow get enough penetrating value and enough crit value, depending on weapon traits and gear, Shadow is still going to do really well. If you can get your penetration and your ideal crit. The one thing I'm really liking about the way they're setting up, you can now go heavy in base damage, reducing crit altogether, or you can go more high-end crit. It's making a lot more flexibility due to the values now. And I kind of like that. I'm marginalized to specifications. Like, okay, I want a high-end crit, but I don't want to affect the diminishing return. I want to go ahead, increase my base damage with the probability of crit value. I mean, this is the way I'm always determining things, and each class is going to be different with each race, depending on passives and what I'm needing. So that's kind of how I, view things. I'm loving this fucking setup, man. I'm telling you. As far as, like, I could see all the different applications being applied. I'm really impressed with Flame Blossom. Okay, now look, guys. Nah, shit. Wore off. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's my spell damage prior. Right? I'm going to get it to proc. Okay. Now that's 25, right? Now we're down. Now it's with my weapon enchant and my other setup. Now look, okay. So 21, step out, goes down. See, you got to stay within, and the diameter is pretty huge. The distance between center out is the radius in which you have. So I'm pretty happy about that. Looks pretty fucking good, guys. People want to say Flame Blossom's not good set for DKs. Depends how you use it. Depends what you're going to pair it with. If you're going to pair it with a crit set, let's say like Julianos, you take the Lover. You need penetrating value, right? If you're going to run a non-crit set like Spinners, which has crit as a static, then you're going to take the Thief, right? So it's all gonna matter on how you pair up Flame Blossom. You can go with a crafted set like Julianos, and then go ahead and take the Lover. If you take 2 drop sets like Spinners and Blossom, then you're going to need the Thief because you're going to need your crit percentage, right? You're going to want charged weapons to apply the burning status effect to get the boost. So if your crit value is sufficient, I think 57, if I'm dropping this precise, my crit value is going to drop way below. So to run an infused on this isn't going to be worth it, but that charge is definitely going to be more beneficial than the infuse for the Magic of Dragonite because of this passive right here is Combustion. So increase the damage of your burning and poison status effects by 50%. Now that got nerfed. It wasn't originally like 66. But that 50% for the burning status effects needs to be applied, and that's what the charged weapon's going to do for you. The charged weapons helps apply the status effects, which is increasing 110% of a gold value. So once you apply that, the damage spike is going to increase more considerable rather than having the infuse, because the infuse is going to have a global cooldown, but the combustion proc off for the Magic of Dragonite is not worth risking your status effect. So I know a lot of people in the past, like, I've used charge. I prefer charge on the Magic of DK, and I've told you guys that a lot of times because of the burning status effect. A lot of people, though, were still running sharp, and I'm like, if my penetrating values enough, why would I want to go ahead and not use the charge to increase the damage spike more frequently? That's insane. So keep that in mind, guys. Yeah, but I love the block. I love this set. I think it works good. I like the new monster set. I think a lot of different combos. If you want to go even, it's safe. You're not going to use the Damahas set, and you're going to go with Grothar still. You can do that. A lot of different combos. You can still put even this type of set with Sun, you'd be good. Trial sets, I think it's more mechanical based depending on the encounter, because there's a lot of times you're not going to stand still. Halls of the Reach is a primary example in certain scenarios because you have to move in and out of those mechanics. I forget which boss, but the Tri-Stat boss, I think, is one of those examples when you have to kind of shift to get out of those little blow-up robots. You kind of have to move. If that procs and you have to move out of your radius, I'm just speculating here, and you move out of that radius, you're going to lose out because it's a set, where Grothar, though, moves with you. So it's kind of, you have pros and cons with every monster set. So, yeah, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please post below. I love this set. I think it's going to be, it's a PvP, it's going to just wreck. PvE, like I said, for vets and normal trials, you're going to be solid. I wouldn't necessarily say you're going to replace a vet trial set with this setup. But keep in mind, anytime you're using a proc set, you're going to sacrifice something in the long line. Like I said, keep thinking Full Metal Alchemist equivalent exchange. You have to give up something to gain. That's the way it works in this game. So, yeah, pretty badass. So, if, like I said, questions, comments, post below. Thank you for watching, and once again and always, have a nice day.